think the guy behind me, he's got his brake lights on, which is making me look like I'm at red alert or something. Captain, it's the Borg. Lock all foot on torpedoes. Uh, okay, there's been a lot of rumors, speculation, and the fair share of lies running around online. Sadly, there's people out there who get their jollies off posting misinformation and watching everybody jump. And it's some form of masturbatory behavior that replaces the one they do with the tissues when they're looking at, downloaded pics of Sarah Michelle Gellar or whatever. Oh well, there probably went my monetization, but the point of the matter is, I know here's the problem. They will take your high hopes for something, use it to exploit you, and then laugh if it turns out to not be true or a complete falsehood, like they've, made it appear. I don't want to sound mean to anybody. I just want to tell you the truth. I've gotten my hopes up before. I did for the 50th, and look at what happened. Nearly all the past companions, were, oh look, their pictures on a wall. Yay. It's like, wow. And we're still sitting here scratching our heads how many years later, wondering, wow, it's like the only real returning classic moment was Tom Baker at the end. And what I'm trying to say is this: rumors are like buttholes. You got to be very careful around rumors because they are like buttholes. Everyone has one. They're usually stink and they're usually full of crap. I think it's Mark was sending me a picture of, somebody's claiming it's Mel Bush. But the problem is, go look at the other photos that were taken during filming. We are talking a lot of the images that came out of the last bits of filming from Camden, Bristol, and all that. Somebody really brought out their high-res camera and went to town. Yet we've got this photo that appears to deliberately be out of focus. It's a redhead standing next to a person in a wheelchair. Now, from behind, at my best guess, given how blurred this photo was, all right, yeah, so someone did finally debunk it, because I took one look at this and I'm like, that's probably Wilf with Donna. It's Catherine Tate and Bernard Cribbins. And that's the first thing that ran through my head when I saw this. I'm like, this could have been behind the scenes shot, and all they did was they took it and they deliberately blurred it. The thing is like this: for the centenary special, I've heard there's a lot of people coming back. Now, what's going on with the 60th, I do not know. There's, like I said, we're going to have to sit back and wait for more information. But you've got to be very careful because there's a lot of people out there running around. They do this for fun. Just like when you had the deprived, poof guys running around making videos, making fun of people who went to location filming. And, well, K9's kind of ageless, so, I kind of like R2-D2 in Star Wars. But so long as going, what do you think about Qui-Gon in Star Wars? And I'm like, he was there for all of, what, not even 30 seconds? I was glad he was there, though. I'm glad they did that scene. And I'm glad, I kind of knew Liam Neeson, wouldn't resist the urge, to pop back up in the last, for that episode. Well, yeah, Joe Jones, a.k.a. Joe Grant, a.k.a. Katie Manning, that's not beyond belief. I have noticed, though, there are more pictures of Matt Smith popping up lately, and he's got his original do from his time on Doctor Who. Could this mean something? Possibly. But like I told people, if they're going to do the degeneration scene, you'll notice Peter Capaldi was in town for a bit. Matt Smith has been running around with his last hairdo, like as I mentioned before. So it's like, it's not beyond belief that they showed up just to do a quickie, because those types of scenes don't take all that much. Like I said, the scene where Clara returns in the end of Twice Upon a Time, that was shot in her dressing room, when she was working at Victoria. All they did was they erected a stand-up green screen, and they put her in the costume. They brushed out her hair a bit, and boom, there you go. That's how they filmed that scene. You'll notice she's not making any real grand gestures. That's because she is literally standing in a doorway green screen, filming that shot. And so that's all it takes if they were going to do like a reappearance of them for, say, if they do a degeneration scene, is they just show up and it takes all of like not even an hour, including setup time, makeup, and all that to get that done. Why is everybody talking about Star Wars? The title of this video is Doctor Who. Star Wars is done for the season, okay? Now, let's see, where were we? So, Jodie Whittaker could have done one from her house, per se. But she's the one regenerating, so why'd I say that? But I mean, let's say she had to do an appearance later on down the line. They could easily do that if it's just a quickie. Same thing with Capaldi, Matt Smith, and all that. All you gotta do is set up a green screen in a room, have them get into costume, whatnot, and you're off to the races. Okay, now the thing about Doctors 5, 6, and 7 is they were spotted in Cardiff during the filming of the Centenary. My God, if these guys don't know how to drive these things, why are they... Sorry, I just want somebody to do a completely idiot move in their car. Well, I can't use the word a-hole or I automatically lose my monetization. Or they'll have the video taken down one. So, okay, yeah. Peter Davison, Colin Baker, and Sylvester McCoy were spotted in Cardiff during the filming of the Centenary special. And the word I got then, and like I said, I don't know if it still holds up now, but I'll share it with you, was they're going to be appearing not so hard to explain. Not exactly as the Doctor, so to speak. Hard to describe this. There was originally word they were going to be like in the original Time Lord big collar costumes, and they were popping up. I'm trying to find a way to best describe this. Yeah, David Bradley, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. He was also spotted, I believe. So, and he's done a very good job, I believe, as the first Doctor. I know he's not Hartnell, but so yeah, there's been a number of people spotted. Like I said, Joe Jones, aka Joe Grant, that's not beyond belief. Katie Manning would happily do it. We know Nicola Bryant disappeared for a bit, but the thing is that could also be because of doing something for a DVD commentary or something like that. But I'd like to see Perry back in some capacity. I'd love to see all of them back in some capacity, but I have to agree, there's been so many companions now, where do you end it? It's like... So I would expect a lot coming up, because I've heard no word about John Levine being involved in any way. So interesting. Dun, dun, dun. Like I said, I don't get my hopes up too much anymore, because I had my hopes for the 50th. Then we find out it's 75 minutes, which is what they're calling feature length. Then we find out, Oh, looky, we've, instead of using Paul McGann, we're going to shoehorn in John Hurt, which I die laughing because since it was John Hurt, nobody really complained. Yeah, I'm going to be going in myself here a couple of minutes. Enjoy the rest of your day, Who's Books. Grant G, why are you on a rant today? Yeah, you got, like I said, yeah, you got to be careful with these things. Yeah, thank you, Philip. Yeah, as much as I'd love to have everybody come back, you would have to do it over a series of specials. Otherwise, you try to put everything in one, and you could, run the whole mix. Because when you sit back and count how many companions we've had since the beginning. Okay, you said she was. Oh no, she's saying right to the beeb again. Great. Because if anyone should have been in the 50th, it should have been, Carol Ann Ford, William Russell and all that. Yeah, now William Russell's in his 90s. At what age, Mark? Oh. Davros, I don't know. Davros is one of the iconic villains, but keep in mind, Davros didn't come along until Genesis of the Daleks, which was, Fourth Doctor era. The original, origin story for the Daleks, was incredibly different, which is why I die laughing when people go on about changing canon and things like that. Don't change this, don't change that. But I'm like, yeah, but if they didn't change this, change that, you wouldn't have had Davros. Which, by the way, was written by Terry Nation. But like I said, if he followed those guidelines, you'd have never had Davros and Genesis of the Daleks. Which to me, even though it is a bit long, and I'm not going to lie to you and say it's a incredible, absolutely, there were parts of it for me that still got slow. I enjoy the episode or the serial, but well, the reason why they're holding on the centenary news, Philip, is the fact is, keep in mind, this is June. We're going into July. Now, we might get something, about a month or so down the line, but it's a bit too early as yet. He doesn't want anything leaking out. And the second you start putting out a trailer, you saw what happened with Jodie Whittaker. The original clip they were going to use for the news, through some mysterious means in person, was leaked out around the community. Ain't it funny how this person got their hands on detailed classified set information and then got to be on set for filming of episodes of I really wish they would bring back the Valyard in some way or form. But like I said, it's kind of a mixed up thing at this point. Well, I got to get in myself, folks, because I just looked at the time. So be kind, be calm, be safe. Take care of yourselves and each other out there. Have a good day, and we'll hopefully see you all in the future.